Socket pairs are a really interesting and important concept, and this Netacad slide here shows that, but it's kind of confusing, so I wanted to break this down for you. What we see here is a source computer right there. So that could be you or me or any client at all, and they're making a request to a server. Now, in fact, they're making two requests. You can see here, they're requesting FTP and here web, so file transfer protocol and a web page. And they're coming from the same computer to the same computer. So how does the server know which one to respond to, or which request is the FTP request and which request is the HTTP request? Well, we do that by these socket pairs. So you can see right here, the FTP connections listed at the top, the web connections listed at the bottom. In our FTP connection, our destination port is 21, whereas our web connection, the destination port, is 80. So those give us two distinct methods or two distinct channels to the same location here. So let's break down some of the other things here. We show our destination MAC address right here, and it's the same on both because we're going to the same server. Source MAC address is the same on both because we're coming from the same computer. Same thing with IP addresses. So this is our local host address, and this is the server address. And here we have the identical information, host address and server address. So of course, what we see here is the layer 2 information, the layer 3 information, and this becomes then the layer 4 information, or the transport layer. So in order for the server to respond to us and get the correct request answered, it responds to a destination port as well. So we send to port 21 from port, in this case 1305, and that port's just kind of chosen at random. The computer picks an open port that it hasn't used in a while. So when the server responds back to us, it just reverses these numbers. Its packet is going to say source port 21, destination port 1305. Down here, the same thing. We're sending from this randomly chosen port, 1099, to the known port, port 80, because port 80 is the default HTTP port. When the server responds, it's going to swap those. So its source will be port 80 and its destination will be 1099. So all of this stuff gets reversed, right? When the server responds to this web request, its destination will be here and its source will be here. Its source IP will be here, its destination IP will be here. It's just going to swap everything, including these ports. So these packets show a nice encapsulation, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. And that's how these socket pairs work and how we can maintain multiple connections to a single server, and that server knows what's what.